Well, I'm from Claremorris in County Mayo. I'm the eldest of nine in family. I have 6 sisters, 2 brothers, and I suppose I grew up on a farm and went to St. Coleman's College in Claremorris. Did my leaving cert there. Played a lot of Gaelic football at the time, and we won the Connacht Colleges. It's still very vivid in the memory when we won the Connacht Colleges in 1970. Unfortunately, we were beaten in the semi-final by St. Malachy's of Belfast, where incidentally the man who was marking was a certain Martin O'Neill, who has made his name in another code since then. So I suppose, having left Coleman's, then my problem was trying to find something to work at, and I applied for a number of things. I applied for the civil service, I applied for the army, I applied for the junior executive in the civil service, which was a common enough job at that time, and I was fortunate to get an offer to join the Defence Forces, and I, after much, I suppose, consideration and discussion with others that had joined the Defence Forces, I decided to take up the offer of a cadetship in 1970. So here I am. In regard to overseas, I've been fortunate to have a number of trips overseas. My first few trips would have been to UNIFIL, which is the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon. It was a mission, a UN mission, that the Irish Defence Forces were involved in for quite a long time, over 20 years. So I did 3 separate tours of duty to Lebanon. Afterwards, I went to Kosovo in 2003. I commanded a unit there. In fact, I have a photograph here taken in this barracks, which with members of my family. In fact, I have a son in the Defence Forces, you'll notice. So that was taken on the passing out parade, the ministerial review held prior to our departure overseas in 2003. So the Irish played a big prominent part, you may remember, in Chad, and we led that mission, EU mission in Chad, and I was very much involved in the preliminary preparation, the reconnaissance out to the mission area, and planning for the size of the force and the structure of the force and the capabilities it needed in order to carry out its mission in Chad. Well, I was promoted to the rank of Brigadier General in March 2007 and assigned to a post in Brussels for 3 years. It was with an EU military staff in Brussels, so the staff comprised of 27 members from 27 different countries of the EU. So it was very much working in a multinational environment. I came back to Ireland then in 2010, and since April this year I have been General Officer commanding the Eastern Brigade, based here in Cathal, so that's my current appointment. I have a staff here in the headquarters, staff of about 100 or so, and we'll start the morning with a brief in the various areas. We have one personnel area, an area for logistics, an area for operations. So we see what's on during the day, and then I'll give guidance in relation to some activities that might be taking place or some planning that might need to be done. So really I'm in regular contact, first of all starting off in the morning with the staff, and then being in touch with the various unit commanders spread across the brigade area. Most of the headquarters you come into in the Defence Forces, you'll always see a photograph of the President, and underneath him a photograph of our Minister for Defence, Mr. Alan Shatter, and our Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Sean McKeown. So you'll find that triumvirate, I suppose, in most of the offices of the military barracks as you would ever visit. It was great coming back to Cathal Barracks because I had been commissioned in 1972 into this barracks as a young lieutenant, and later I'd come back as a commandant in 1985, and I was commander of the 2nd Battalion here in this barracks as well in 2002. So to come back here as General Officer Commanding was a great honour, and I take great pride in serving here now since March of this year.